Of Muslims, and also have friends that are Muslim.
Yes.
I was just talking to one of them before he came on vacation about, hey, can we look at the Quran in English? Because I don't speak Arabic.
Okay.
So this was interesting. And so one of the questions I was asking is, what was the origin of Muslim? Like, what was the creation of the Quran? When did that come about?
Okay, sure. I just was trying to get first what is your belief? Like, are you Christian or are you just believe in a creator, no religion?
I believe in one true God.
But no religion, really?
No.
Okay, sure. Creation of Islam. We say the word Islam means submission to God. You submit to the one true creator that created you. That's what the word means, right? So it's not like something that was created, it was something that's practiced. And it was practiced, we say, by the first human being, Adam. God created Adam, He created Eve, and we believe Adam was a Muslim from the sense that he submitted to the one true creator. We believe Jesus was a Muslim, we believe Moses was a Muslim. He submitted to the one true God, the God of Abraham. Abraham was a Muslim himself by submitting to God. That's what the word Muslim means. That's what Islam means. So Prophet Muhammad did not introduce anything new. He was a prophet in a long line of prophets and messengers. Moses, Noah, Abraham, all of these people. He was just the last final messenger in the line of these messengers, telling people that their purpose in this life is to be tested, is whether they will do good and connect to God and worship Him, or do evil and follow their own desires. Yes. And the consequences of that is paradise or hellfire. And that people need to submit to that creator and obey Him and do that which is good, because it will be good for themselves and their societies. And these prophets and messengers bring revelation. Prophet Muhammad brought the Quran, previous prophets brought different revelations, and he brought the last final revelation, which is the Quran, that tells you the most relevant and important moral practices of life and aspects, the things that you need to do, the things that you need to avoid, etc. So that is the simple kind of message.
Can you tell me what's the difference then between, many Jews believe about Abraham.
Yes.
And Islam believes in Abraham.
Sure.
Why is there a divide?
Well, it's not about Abraham really, because anyways, Abraham could not have been a Jew because Moses was not there. There was no Torah, there was no Judah, there was no Jacob, there was no. So Abraham could not have been possibly a Jew historically, nor did Isaac. But the Jews, they more depend on race. So they believe that the chosen people of God based on the race, based on the being of the 12 tribes of Israel, Jacob meaning. So they have a race view to the world. Muslims don't have that. Muslims say that we believe in all the prophets of God. Your race does not define anything about your superiority. Superiority is the good that you do. The better you are, the better that you're elevated in the eyes of God. If you do evil, you're not good. If you do good, then you're elevated in the eyes of the Creator. Your race is irrelevant. You could be black, white, brown, doesn't matter. That is not going to change, it's not going to make you better than someone else just because of your skin color that you didn't choose. This is the teaching of Islam. Prophet Muhammad said, there's no superiority of a black over a white, of a white over a black. There is no superiority based on your skin color. We're all from Adam. So we're all from the same being, the same human being, right? So if we're all from the same human being, there's no superiority based on how you look. Now the Jewish people have a different view. Oh, if you come from the 12 tribes, then you're superior from the chosen people of God. Everyone else is Goy, so they are lesser people that are created to be subservient to the people of Israel. So that is their view of the world, which we completely disagree with, and we say it's completely ridiculous.
Everyone's equal. Yeah.
Everyone is equal, yes, in accountability under the eyes of God, and as human beings in human value, yes, they are. Absolutely.
Okay. Pardon.
That's fine.
All right. So, I'm just curious then. I know there's a lot of conflict between Israel and Palestine right now, obviously so. What's your take on that?
Well, I don't think conflict is the right word. I think conflict is an insult to what is actually happening. Conflict assumes that there is two equal powers that are fighting one another. That's not the case in any way, shape, or form. Palestinians are over 70% women and children. Women and children. These are facts. This is a reality. These are the stats. Palestinians have no armies. They have no army. They have no weapons that they are given. We're talking about the Palestinians that live under the state. Now, they're not allowed to have water or food except with the Israeli permission. Electricity, water. They live in an open air prison. They live where there's a wall that if anyone comes near, they will be shot and killed. There's a navy in the sea that if you want to escape to the sea, you will be shot and killed. You're only allowed to live under that prison, not have any food or drink except if Israelis give it to you. Any aid that comes from Egypt or any other state is only allowed with the permission of the Israelis. Other than that, they're not given anything. So you have these women or children that are suffering, being killed and being bombed by the most advanced planes that the Israelis have, are given to them by Americans, and all of these advanced weapons, chemical weapons, that they are dropping on hospitals and human beings and babies and women and children. There are helpers that have no power. How is that conflict?
I don't know. I'm just going.
Yeah, no, I understand.
It's not a good
that's fine.
Maybe it's I just know that.
No.
People
it's not from you, really. It's not from you. It's when you watch the media, the Western media, and it uses these terms.
Yeah.
So you say the same thing as you hear. So it's a natural thing. But this is what people need to do. People need to actually study what is actually taking place, what's actually going on in the land of Palestine. Everything I've said is a fact. Every human rights organization in earth has condemned Israel for their behavior. Israel has killed over, I don't know how many now, the number reached to hundreds of press people. People are going to just record what's happening. They're killing them because they don't want the world to see what's going on. If you're killing press, you're killing both women, children. We're talking about tens of thousands now of women and children that are killed, babies. We're talking about women and children. And we're talking about factually people who have no weapons. Now they say, this, that. They talk about a group of people who are supposed to be, defending or whatever they're doing, right? You talk about them and they try to use them as a justification to kill women and children. They bomb hospitals and claim that they're hiding there, or they have no proof. They implanted evidences that there is Hamas in the hospital after they destroyed it. So when we talk about realistically, you have millions of people, or you have hundreds of thousands of people that live in an open air prison, no army, no state, no government, no weapon, no food, electricity, or nothing happens without the Israeli state allowing it. Then you have a group of people called, and what they're doing is they're fighting back against with whatever they have. The missiles that drop, they try to collect whatever left over of it and try to create a missile themselves using the leftovers and try to shoot back at them. That's essentially what's happening. They're trying their best to fight back in that way, right? They're trying to smuggle weapons somehow. They dive and they see the ships that are destroyed and try to collect the remnants of the ships to create rocks. That's what they're doing. They try to steal weapons from them. But there is no armies. There is no equal fighting. There's no such thing. And now you have Israel bombing Lebanon. You have Israel bombing Jordan. How has that got to do with Palestine? The truth is there is a plan of these people to take over these lands. What they're essentially trying to do is they're trying to take the land of Canaan. Biblically, they believe it's theirs. So they're trying to use any excuse so they can bomb these nations and try to take over them. So there isn't any conflict going on. There's a genocide taking place of women and children and helpless men that don't have anything to fight with, that are being killed and bombed by chemical weapons and rockets and missiles. That's what's happening today. And anyone who doesn't see that, it clearly have no idea, no human intellect, no human brain to see. So when we say every human rights organization condemns Israel for what they're doing, condemns the settlement that are happening. Sorry?
Who do you think is attacking?
Attacking who?
Sending missiles. I just saw something on the
missiles are, as I said to you, they take the remnants and they shoot some missiles. Or recently it was Iran, because they killed they killed the head of what's their name? Hezbollah. I'm not going to call them Hezbollah, right? They killed the head of them, right? And they also killed people before as well from Iran. So Iran is basically retaliating, right? After they started attacking them. So that's what happened from the Iran kind of thing, right? But that's just now. That killing that I'm telling you about has been happening for years, tens of years. Tens of years. Since 1948, when the British government actually gave that land to the Israelis, since then there's massacres happening and taking place. There's something you can research called the Nakba, where you have hundreds of thousands of people displaced and tens of thousands of people killed. And that is over 70 years ago. It's been happening to the Palestinians. What's happening today is just a continuation. Now just there's some media now, so some people have been hearing about it. But this massacre has been taking place for tens of years now. And the world is watching, and not only watching, they're helping. You have the British and the Americans, they're helping the genocide. They look at the genocide and they support the genocide. America gives more money, billions of dollars to Israel. Same thing with the British. Whenever there is a vote against Israel that they're doing genocide, the British say, oh no, we are not going to agree. This is not the case, there's no genocide going on. So it is, who's enabling them in reality are the British and the European nations and the American nation to continue in this massacre and genocide that's taking place. But anyone who labels it anything other than genocide is clearly pretending. Because you can never say that something is a conflict when one has no army, no weapons, nothing, and the rest of the people have the most advanced weapons and armies, biggest budgets you can have because of the Americans supporting them.
Well, I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem. I would recommend you read the Quran and investigate. Think about, like, because when you say you believe in a creator, we say it's not just believing in God. God sends prophets and messengers. Prophet Muhammad was a prophet and messenger of God. It was sent to you and me and everyone else. So his message is to you. And there's consequences of living a life of not obeying God, right? So it's important for us to know what is beneficial for us also in this life. Us, not just other people, but where are we going to end up, right? So give a read to the Quran. If you got any questions, you're welcome to come back, you know? It was nice talking to you. No problem. Pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much. No problem.
Cheers.
Thank you.
يا قلوبا فيها الوفاء بشركم اليوم السرور